there?
Yeah, brother, I'm here. Trying to keep you anonymity for now.
All right, I'll cut that out. What did you want me to refer to you on here as?
Just L for now, or Downstate PC, which is my current Instagram.
Okay. All right, so L, and then what brings us together is,
People are what's bringing us together, man.
yeah, second
A
chances.
great, a great person. Yes, second chances is so important for everyone in any walk of life.
Yeah, and I mean it's amazing to hear it from that perspective because everybody has the idea that you know the uniform is the enemy, but it
That's a
just
big fact. I get called a cop all the time, and I promise you, I still get pulled over.
do they still write you a ticket though?
I'm respectful because I went to college and I was told a way to do it. And it's
Right.
really simple. I have stickers on my car. I say who I am. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They were rude to my wife. I didn't find out who they were. Can I? Sure. There's no reason to. I'll pay the little ticket and it's over. But I know what you did and who you are.
That's a great way to put it. I'm respectful. I was incarcerated, and I remember, you can get a lot more done by just being respectful, even to the officers. Asking
Any
for
any
something.
walk of, not even to cut you off, any walk of life, respect is so important. From the janitor to the CEO. I went and had breakfast at one of my favorite spots today. I sat at the bar, I put my AirPods in. They gave me a thumbs up. I said yes. I always say thank you. And you that's it. If you don't give me a thank you back, you're still getting a good tip because I was where you are. Maybe you're having a bad day. That's not a big deal.
That's a great outlook on life. I wish more people thought like that too.
But that's why we don't have so many winners in life
Yeah.
because it they're so consumed in what they're doing, which I get it. I've walked through hell twice, and I'm not even talking about on the block. I am BP2, so I'm a maniac.
What
And
is that
I've been
exactly?
it's bipolar 2 disorder, which I'm more than willing to talk about because I own my shit. Two
Wow.
years ago, come in February, I was inside a mental institution. Me, a CEO, was inside being watched by another man because I did something stupid, which is what I did inside on the playground, which is funny to me.
On the inside, did you know Khalil?
Which one's, I'm sorry, last names are always they go praise
I can't
L.
remember his
That's why I
last.
have the nickname. I'm sure I did. That's why I go by L because
I I
anonymity.
I always associate people with their first names because
Yeah,
when I
which is funny because that's what I do inside, and people look at me like I'm weird. My own number one, the facility manager, whatever the hell you want to call her, the boss, her house. She calls me by my first name in front of other people, which makes me uncomfortable because now I got to go and explain to them why she calls me that, and that's none of their business. But here we are, we're in my business again
on the
because I don't want
inside
you to look at me like a rat. Yeah, absolutely.
by your
I
yeah
call
that's
I I call
I
my homies that in front of the right people. I'd be
right
like, "Yo, Nikki from the block, shout out to Mr. Potts." And they're like, "What? What'd you just say?" No, no, don't worry about it. It's not important for you. That's for me and her.
yeah. But I mean, if when a staff member calls another staff member by their first name, that's the basic like
That's saying your folks is what it's saying. So they call me L. But when I walk into my office in the morning where the yellow couch is, the big one, not the small one, Sit from South, she's like, "Yo, what's up?" I'm like, "What's going on, Sit? Like, what we doing today?"
uh
But that's for us. That's not for everybody. But the platform that we have, which one cans, shout out to that, LS. It's on YouTube, the more extended version now. I'm looking really gritty right now. I actually need my two barbers to wake up and cut me. They're not going to charge me because all they used to charge me is a salad and $2. Joking.
yeah. Don't you get it? You can get your hair done in on the inside.
I do. We used to be
You do.
allowed, but some people to abuse the thing on the playground. So that was taken away because plantation punishment punished everybody for a couple of mistakes instead of
See,
fixing the problem.
I didn't think that it it happened on that side of the fence, so to speak, because
Yeah,
as an
yeah,
inmate, I remember like with the Timberland issue, where
yes,
the
yes.
and then they
Very
took
tragic issue.
everybody's Timberland boots. I mean, we all knew
Yes.
that that was a punishment tactic.
Yeah, the boot is the same as the state boot. It's just as hard. But it was
Yes.
just like, hey, let me do this. And then Timberland turned around and was like, all right, we'll give you guys a discount. I don't want to wear that shit. Are you kidding me? Do you know what it stands for? Get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
I'd rather wear freaking Walmart boots than wear that trash.
Yeah.
Sorry.
See, I didn't know that this.
Yeah,
It was
so
almost.
yeah, it was a mistake all around. The radio call didn't go out, so somebody lost their life. A
Yeah.
man who, whether you liked him or not, he was a man, and he was almost at the end. So he made a mistake to a young kid who's paying for his sins badly, according to his rights and his mom. What did you think was going to happen, buddy? I'm sorry. You're a young kid. You're going to learn, but 22 is
Um,
22.
the one who died was young.
No, the murderer, the one who died
Yeah,
was an older man.
that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Sarge, level 2.
When I read it, because I read the case law, um, it reminded me of several different scenarios on the inside. Where because this is what I got from it, that the sergeant took a towel or something from the guy's cell, and while he wasn't in there, and he didn't issue him a CIR, and then when the inmate
Correct, which
came,
happens a lot just because we get
exactly
busy. I don't know the situation, man. You have to. Anytime you take something, you got to give that. But no, somebody knows if I take it, if that's what you want, cool. But it's coming with paperwork. That's just how I operate, and they know that. So, oh, you're a nut. I am. I'm freaking crazy. I'm weird.
that
Call me weird. That's okay.
I did think that was crazy when I asked for a CIR. I would get that. Well, if you want a CIR, it comes with a misconduct. I thought that was
Yes,
arbitrary.
it is, but it just depends on who you are. I
I
run an entire tower by myself on the second shift or whatever you want to call it. I'm in charge of 6 housing units, so that's 6 officers and then three more. So I have to go around because I don't have an office on each floor, just to say 3 floors, whatever, 4 or 5, it doesn't matter. And I'm in charge of those. My tower could be worse than the other one, but it is bigger. So I have to go over and talk to the guys and check the temperature and be like, yo, what's going on today? Well, then no, I'm here. So what's up? Oh, we're not going to do it. All right, cool. Because if you know what's coming, if that happens, and I'm not talking about what they're going to do, I'm talking about me personally, what I'm going to do to you and your friends. Because that's how I operate. And I speak fast. And that's just because of my experience. I was born in the freaking hood. We were white trash.
yeah,
Everybody knows it.
Southwest.
We all talk the same. It happened the other day. Somebody came in, a new client. Well, he was a returning client. And I said, I knew exactly what was going to happen because he said, oh, this is where I get my medicine, my legal medicine. Here we go again. He said Woodland. I said, fuck. So then I look at his birth date. Oh my God, mine's 3 years younger. My brother's is 2 years. I'm 3 years younger. My brother's 2 years older than you. So I know what's about to happen. You're about to mention one name when I say what my name is. You're going to say baby from Southwest. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to talk about it. If I can trust you, we'll talk about it later. That's none of your business. I'm at work.
Wow. Well,
It
yeah,
happens a lot just because of that connection, because of the
yeah,
name. That's it. And I don't want to talk about it because that's my fucking
yeah.
father's side. Yes, we can still talk today if we choose to. We don't, that's fine. Social media is alive, breathing. We follow each other, whatever.
Um, have you followed any of the people who got out who were in that real rap program,
Particularly,
or
I'm not
like seen
entirely
them?
sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they've seen me or whatever. They're gonna see me now. Again, Downstate PC on Insta and whatever other platform it's on. But so there's certain people that get out and they're exonerated forever because there was corruption back in the 80s, and I can talk to them because that's allowed. And there's people I'm not allowed to talk to because they're still walking off time. And they might get
Yeah.
at somebody else to get at me because that's how that works. The legal way, the right way, in between the lines.
Oh man, that's right. You were in Philadelphia. I just talked to this guy, Carmen Woods. I don't know how old
Okay.
you are.
I was born in 90, so you can do the math. I don't even know if an athlete number 36, I
That
was
would
gonna
be it.
say, but next month. Was he 36? So we'll go with the bus. Yeah, we'll go with the bus from black and yellow.
This guy, he's been in since '82, and it was a big
Holy
story
moly.
back then in Philadelphia. And there was one
Okay.
witness. I mean, you could see that it
They
was
probably
just
paid him off
that's exactly what happened. The witness actually came forward
and said he
later
didn't do it. Yep.
in the '90s and said on the news, said, "Yeah, I was pushed to do that." The guy's still in prison, 43 years.
Because they won't tell. A real OG won't tell. I knew somebody who was a Black Panther back in the day. Whatever. He still won't tell, and the guy died. His Cody. He still won't tell. He said, "No, it's over, man. You took my life. I'm gonna. That's it." And unfortunately, during COVID, he passed away.
Wow.
He could have got out. He could have been, the guy was done, it was dead, but he was such built to the code that you don't tell on anybody. And I believe in that cheddar cheese. So whatever. I don't got holes in my shoes for a reason. I'm not Swiss, but
I
um
seen there's three people that was denied commutation. I want to say this year, it might have been last year, and it said in there that they didn't want to accept
good
responsibility
deal.
for the
Good
crime
deal. Yeah.
because they're claiming innocence. They're saying that they were innocent, and all they had to do was say, "Yeah, I did it," and
And if you
out you
didn't
go.
do it, you're not gonna say it.
Yeah,
That's just the code for me and them. I don't tell my coworkers, we're at work, we're in the playground. You want to come talk about it? Let's go. I can explain why I did what I did. If you can't, that's okay.
I will say this: the guards are very organized, and same thing with like the police forces. They're very like a
I have
brotherhood.
unions that are very strong because of what they do.
Yeah.
Cops play with guns on the street. We don't. I don't have that. I have a spray that'll burn you for a minute. It sucks. But you can fight through that if you're hulking up. So now I got to use my hands or whatever else I can find because you're bigger than me. I'm not very big. Pause.
That have you ever pepper sprayed somebody?
Yes. Only once in 10 years of doing a dime. I think only once. They wouldn't stop fighting. The one dude was mental health. So the one dude was, I had a guy with time in come up to me later. He's like, "Why'd you do that? We could have pulled them apart." What do you mean, why'd I do that? As soon as I did it, they stopped. So nobody got hurt. It's just spray. They can wipe it off, wash it off. It'll hurt for a minute. But at
Uh,
the end of the day, you didn't get hurt to go out. They didn't get hurt to press charges on you. We sprayed and they stopped. That's it. It's easy.
because not everybody takes a moment to think of, every person's perspective. It's sort of
So
like
everything
you,
everything speeds up for everybody when something happens.
right?
I'm blessed with tunnel vision, and my muscle memory just turns in. What do I got to do next? I'm already doing it because of the reps that I have, fortunately or unfortunately. So you learn from your mistakes, you run it back in your head. All right, next time I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. Cool. That's it for me. I can explain that to anybody, by the way, if they want to learn. But some people are just so set in their ways. Hence why there's so much racism still in this world.
Yeah,
I don't see color. I could care less. You could be friggin' purple like Grimace. Let's hang out if you have a good story.
exactly. I always say the dumbest people in the world are those who are racist because you have to be to dislike somebody for a color, basically.
So I explain it, and we're going to talk about Pennsylvania for a minute. You can figure that out on your own. There's Philly, there's Pittsburgh, and there's Pennsylvania. But they
Yeah.
were born to hate. That was how you were raised. So you see one instance of someone of another color do something wrong. Look, he did that. That's why we hate them. They're Canadian. Well, what the fuck? There's so many more Canadians in the world than there are whatever we are. White cups. Like,
North
but
Americans,
they're just
Mid
people.
Americans.
We're just people. That's it. I literally
Yeah.
walked into a pub the other day at the top of my street. We call them pubs back in Ireland. Shout out. I was told I got in an altercation by somebody who texted somebody who matters. That didn't at all. The guy was being loud across the way, so I gave him the same energy. I was never going near him because I don't want to hurt anybody. But somebody was like, "Oh, you are who you say you are." I said, "Yeah, let me show you a picture of this really important person in my life that no longer lives here on this earth." Showed him we're cool. The guy that was yelling turned away. He left. I guess it's because I looked at him. I was like, "Don't worry, buddy. I won't hurt you." Just like that. And he left because he was being loud and drunk. He didn't. Guess he didn't want it. He wasn't about that life that day. But if he would have been, I would have just told him, "Yo, you done? I'm gonna let you go. You want to call the cops? Or are you good? Because I don't want you to get in trouble because you're just drunk trying to blow off some steam. You think you're funny, but you're not. I'm funnier."
Yeah, everybody has people. Everybody has their moments, and
Everybody has
then
a story,
yeah,
which is what you guys do. You guys tell people stories, which is amazing. Second chances. If you're a business and you hire felons, the amount of more productivity you can have is crazy because these dudes aren't, they don't want to go back in. So when you say,
um,
"Yo, there's a camera here on the money," or whatever it might be, they're not going to steal from you because they need that job at that moment because they don't want to sell drugs and go back inside because certain places really suck.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's one of the things I always hear where people have trouble with is finding employment, and I have to say I don't think it's that they have trouble like finding it. It's
It's the opportunity.
yeah, and they get judged. I've been judged so many
It's a
times.
stigmatism.
It's
Exactly. Me too. Yesterday. Had a crazy day. We can talk about it later. My goodness. That's why
you
I'm in a effing hotel room right now. Not because I have the money, because I don't.
you should have your own podcast.
That's the plan. That's what downstate PC is for. To push that, to have people on like you, and let's tell stories. You could be a
Yeah.
freaking grocery store worker, but you have a good story, so you're a good employee. So let's hire you, whoever you are. I don't have the capital right now. I know someone who does. Promise you that. And they're
There
gonna hire you because I said you're cool.
there are so many good stories. I used to love hearing the stories on the inside and
Just sitting on the block and listening to what happened.
yeah.
Yo, man, sitting at the table. Because that's what I used to do when I started on seven at George's house up the hill. When I first went to day work, that's what we did. Yeah, the trainee came on and came up to the bubble, which is elevated on the second level, and he asked the bubble officer, "Hey, where's so and so at? I'm supposed to shadow him today. He's downstairs, getting up now, doing his job on his locks. Oh, why is he doing that? Because it's my effing job. So I'm gonna sit at the table in the morning, drink my coffee, watch the news, and then I'm gonna find out what's going on in the block to see what's the temperature today, guys."
I never understood that why like the white shirts would have an issue with the guards.
So that's the thing at my old facility. Like I said, George's house on top of the hill. We didn't do that. We didn't because there was no cameras, but B, my lieutenants were coming to me, yo, what's going on over there? Nothing. You ain't got to worry about it today. All right, cool. Because I was with the hardest dudes in the jail because they did state time already, or they were going up. So they were going to tell me what's going on, whether or not, because they're getting on a bus, a blue bus on Friday, and going up to the fort or whatever the hell you want to call it.
uh, yeah, I
So yeah,
mean,
people have a problem with it. Listen, you say it's us against them, and that's fine. I don't operate that way.
yeah,
So you have a problem on this pod. Yo, let me go talk to a guy. Just give me 5 minutes. That's all I need, 5 minutes. I'll go find out what happened and I'll come back to you. That's it.
because at the end of the day, you're trying to go home, and so are they. You know what I mean?
So
I was just gonna say your going home is just a little more sooner than theirs,
yeah,
but that's the
I
goal.
say it all the time to the guys. I did a dime. I work 16 hours daily over and over again because my roommates have shit to do and they're busy. They do their activities 8 days a week. So that's it. How I got my first job at George's house up the hill. I said in the question, "What's your biggest fear on the like going to work here?" Fucking dying. He's like, "What? Nobody ever says that. Not everybody. I studied the book. I don't want to die today, wherever. But
Yeah,
it's gonna happen. According to Google, I'm gonna die at 59. That's not gonna happen. But if you Google the lifespan of a correctional officer in the country, the United States, it's 59. That's crazy. You want me to wait till I'm 55? I get 4 years to enjoy my retirement, and then I gotta die because I'm bored and I don't have hobbies. Get the frig out of here. I'm not doing it.
yeah. Well, and that comes from the anxiety and the stress.
Which I take medication for that. I just took it before I came home with you because I was nervous. I talk
Me
fast. That's
too.
how I operate.
I mean, it really shouldn't be that way, and I think that it was
It
sort
doesn't
of,
have to be.
yeah, it doesn't. They're people.
It's so simple. And this is the dynamic security thing that we study, and my friends and I have studied with the blessings that we've had. When you guys go on YouTube and you look at the documentary that you can speak about in a minute, LS, you know what I'm talking about. So dynamic security just means there's less of us than you, but we're gonna talk to you. We're gonna find out what's going on today. If you're having a bad day, why don't you just stay in your cell, dude? I'll bring you some food. You wanna watch TV? We can do that later. And then you check out on them in an hour. Yo, what's up? You good? Oh, all right, man, stay in there. That's the safest place for you and me right now.
I
All they
used
want to do
to,
is take your freedom. That's it.
yeah, exactly. And I used to yell to the guards, when they would come on and start, throwing stuff around or, take
Uh,
it in, and I knew I didn't deserve
we're
it. I would
humans. We have
say,
homicides.
a happy inmate is a good inmate, just so you know. You
So
know,
somebody said this to me years ago. EG, he's got the longest sentence you can have. He's got the long haul, like they say in life, the movie. Funny.
LWAP.
Um, and he was like, "No, being bored in jail, that's not good." Yes, it is, sir, for me. I want to be bored. I want to hang out with my friends and talk shit because I'm good at it and I enjoy it. I don't want to hear anybody's feelings, so I don't say certain things that I know about you because I can verbally end you in about 2 seconds. But you're gonna be like, I didn't mean to, but you were talking shit. I could talk shit better. Stop.
If there was more social interaction, actually, even on the streets too. I was just saying this to the middle school, the principal. If the students there, were more comfortable with the cops, you wouldn't have to have such a heavy police presence because
Blessed, blessed, blessed. Where
the
my
school's starting to look
roommates
like a prison here. They
Where
put a
my roommates
bubble
go, they're
in
very
ours.
blessed. Yes.
Uh,
We don't have that where I'm located or whatever. It's not hard to find us. Everybody knows unfortunately, who I am. So I'm not saying come find me at all. Don't do that. That would be bad for you. But I'm blessed for where my roommates hang out every day because we have that presence, but it's a community thing. The cops hang
yeah.
out there because their kids go there and they want to make sure they're having a good day and everybody stays safe. It's amazing.
I mean, honestly, that should be the goal. Everybody goes home. That's how can we make that happen today?
Everybody gets their job done, whatever they want to do that day. If you don't want to fucking talk to me, like I said, stay in your cell or put your headphones on and watch TV, go work out. You want to work out? Let's do it because I'm allowed to do that. Let's go. What do you want to do? Burpees? Let's do how many you can do it. I'll do more.
You work out at the with
I have when I was in my old capacity, I was allowed to.
yeah, they stopped letting that happen, right?
When I took the step up, which might go back down, it's not important. Because obviously financially, you know what's about to happen. So I'm not too concerned about it anymore.
You were up one step.
Yeah, I took an 8% pay increase to take a step up. Which because I did that in my old capacity.
I
As
thought
a
when
two,
you're up a step from you leave the union or something.
you do. You put on a shirt that is a different color. Currently, it might be look like a Christmas tree or baby shit, whichever one you want to call it. It used to be white, like me, like you said. And you have to pay for your lawyer if you get in any trouble at that point. That's their prerogative. I was actually given that shirt. I still have it in my locker today. I didn't. It didn't work out, and I know why now because what's that shirt? I don't need your. I don't. I make more money than you. I don't need that.
Yeah, they don't make because they don't get the overtime, right?
They
That's
do, but it's you have to max it out in a certain way, which is tricky. My paycheck's unlimited. I can write it for a week or 2 weeks. However, whatever I need to do in that amount of time.
yeah. I sort of figured that one of the guards that I was cool with, he went up a notch and then demoted himself back because he said that ain't for me.
It
And
happens a
I
lot.
said, it takes a certain type of person to become that because and that's how I could set them aside that they're arrogant basically or egotistical because they went for that position.
I don't even know if you guys can see. Is the camera on, by the way?
Yeah,
All right, cool. I
I mean,
wasn't sure.
if you're if anything
Uh,
shows, I'll bleep it.
all right,
I think
awesome.
we got like 4 minutes.
Everything, right? Okay. Whatever you need to talk about, go ahead and ask.
Whatever. Does that anything else you wanted to bring up? I mean, I like that whole topic of unity. I mean,
That's an amazing
it'll
topic.
never happen, but God,
So family to me is on the inside or out. Family to me is who I can trust. I don't need blood. They messed up years ago because of the monster that my sperm donor was, which we don't need to talk about today. We can talk about it tomorrow. He jumped off the Walt Whitman because that was his prerogative. He couldn't swim. I thought he could. I checked in the back of the car. There was no ice cream. I was pissed off. He went up to Pennsylvania and he came back, but I didn't see him until I was 22 in this bar that I was asking to be a sponsor, and he looked right through my soul and he didn't say a word. He was smoking a cigarette because that's what he wanted to do that day. I knew who the hell he was. He was. You can't burn somebody's soul with your eyes unless you're important to them
um,
at some point.
I, it's a shame they're probably never going to let us talk again. Just so you know,
I don't give a. Come to my pod. Like, who are
they
you? Like,
they hate me.
they hate me right now.
I'm the reason why they implemented the MAT in prison.
That's amazing. Eminem, shout out to
Rokita
both of
versus the
them.
PA Department of Corrections.
Shout out to Meek, a personal friend. Shout out to Eminem because he can spit.
The Suboxone
I
program.
know, I know.
Oh,
So we call it Eminem right now. They're
oh,
probably
do
going to
you?
change it after this interview. The
Uh,
people that run it do, and it's funny. That's what
uh,
they say over the mic.
I
Give a
mean, I
shit.
thought that it would help more people than it did, though.
It
But
it does now.
does it?
But the problem is a fiend's a fiend. So if I can make
Yeah.
$4 off of a don't get me on a pause, but on a lick, then that's what we're gonna do for
Um,
that day for you. But it does. It helps people with addiction.
if
I
they
don't care if
want
they
it.
let us talk or not. I didn't say my name or I have stuff I can throw it away. I got it in a bag. Actually, I found it in a bag on the way over here. So it's none of my stuff. It was just in a bag. I don't even know where it came from. All these
Uh,
nice